Okay, the interview. And this is a critical component. Firstly, you want to figure out what your process is. Are you going to have 1, 2, or 3 interviews, depending on how you're going to go about employing this particular sales talent member? Now, before you sit down with any potential sales talent, remember, salespeople can sell. And the one thing they love to sell and they can sell above anything else is themselves. So coming into a job interview, a salesperson is going to be in their element. They get to sell the product they know best. Now, this is going to be slightly different to a lot of other employees that you do, because most people that aren't salespeople aren't going to feel as comfortable in a selling environment in an interview as a salesperson. You may not be that comfortable even conducting the interview. So it's important that you put the salesperson under pressure. What do I mean by that? Well, you don't want a salesperson to settle in. You want to see how a salesperson is going to respond under pressure, because guess what? That's what sales is. Sales is performing under pressure. So don't allow them to settle down. I don't start with rapport. I don't start with, hey, nice to meet you. I don't start with, tell me a little bit about you. I always start with, hey, candidate, great that we've been able to clear time for each other today. I've got a hard stop in 30 minutes. Let's get started. And I start asking the first question and go in with a list of predefined questions. And later on in this thread, I've actually got a list of 32 questions that I would suggest you ask in a job interview. And then I quick fire them. Boom, question number 1, wait for a response. Boom, question number 2 on a totally unrelated topic. Wait for the answer to come in. Boom, question number 3, put them under pressure. So get the line of questioning right. At the end of the first interview, I like to give them an indication of what your process is. So our selection process looks like this: interview 1, interview 2, interview 3. And there's also nothing wrong with giving a bit of homework. Hey, look, if we invite you back for interview number 2, we expect you to do a little bit of homework. And that homework for interview number 2 could be, we're going to select a product that's readily available on our website, and we're going to ask you to do a 2-minute pitch. That's quite realistic as far as the next step, interview number 2. Interview number 3, I would raise the ante slightly higher. And I would say to the person, hey, look, for interview number 3, and this would be interview number 2, for interview number 3, we're going to get you to do some homework, and we're going to present to you, we want you to present to us for 5 minutes, a business case on product number A and what markets that you would target with that, and how you would go about doing it in your first 6 months should you become the successful candidate, and allow them present that to you, and ideally the general manager or business owner in interview number 3. And just while we're on that, I always prefer not to have the business owner, the GM, the managing director involved in the first interview. Now, if you're a small business, you can't avoid it, and that's fine. But it's all about pricing, because remember, you, the employer, is the prize, and the employee needs to sell themselves to you. So get through the interview process, keep the sales talent under pressure, give them homework for interviews 2 and 3, and you'll find that the sales talent will rise to the top.